Free education. A complete DAV solution.
DAV School Social Science Solution of Class 8. Unit 3. Lesson number 2. Fundamental Rights, Fundamental Duties and Directive Principles of State Policy. वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो सब्सक्राइब और लाइक जरूर कर दे और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दे ताकि आपको नए वीडियो की नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। First we will discuss something to know. Question A. Take the correct option. 1. The fundamental right that came into existence in 2002 is the A. Right to equality. B. Right to education. C. Cultural and educational rights. D. Right to freedom of religion. Answer. B. Right to education. 2. Writs can be issued by A. District Court. B. A. Gram Panchayat. C. A. Civil Court. D. A. High Court. Answer. D. High Court. 3. Which of the following statements regarding the fundamental rights is incorrect? A. They are granted to all citizens of India. B. One can move to any court of law in case of violation of fundamental rights. C. They are not absolute. D. They are justiciable. Answer. D. They are justiciable. 4. Identify the directive principle based on the Gandhian philosophy. A. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. B. To organize village panchayats. C. To promote heavy industries. D. To promote international peace. Answer. B. To organize village panchayats. 5. Which one of the following promotes secularism? A. National Commission for the Welfare of the Women. B. Environment Protection Act. C. Right to education. D. Communal harmony. Answer. D. Communal harmony. Next question is B. Fill in the blanks. 1. The Constitution guarantees the fundamental rights to all the citizens of India. 2. Right to work has been implemented for the rural unemployed under MNREGA. 3. The practice of untouchability has been abolished to pave the way for social equality. 4. Sikhs are allowed to keep a Kirpan was them as a religious symbol. 5. Freedom of religion does not mean that there is no check at all on your religious activities. Next question is C. Match the following. 1. Secularism. C. Promotes harmony. 2. Abolition of untouchability. A. Right to equality. 3. Fundamental duties. D. 42nd Amendment. 4. Quo warranto. B. The writ. 5. Directive Principles of State Policy. 8. Non-justiciable. Now we will discuss question number D. Answer these questions in brief. 1. Explain the significance of the fundamental rights in our day-to-day life. Answer 1. Fundamental rights are essential for the development of the personality of every individual and to preserve human dignity. 2. Explain the right to freedom of religion. Answer 2. Right to freedom of religion, I. Freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate any religion. E. Freedom to every religious institution to manage its own affairs in matters of religion. Each state will not collect any taxes for promotion of any particular religion. IV. No religious instruction can be imparted in any educational institution, which is wholly or partly maintained out of state funds. 3. The fundamental rights are justiciable and are protected by the court. In the light of the above statement, explain the right to constitutional remedies. Answer 3. Right to constitutional remedies. The Constitution of India has not only listed fundamental rights but has also prescribed remedies against their violation. If a citizen feels that one of his fundamental rights has been violated by an executive order, he may request the Supreme Court, High Courts to issue the appropriate writ for the restoration of his rights. The writs are habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto and certiorari. 4. Mention any 3 directive principles of state policy that have been implemented. Answer 4. I. Economic principles. E. Social principles. E. Gandhian principles. 5. Why does the government sometimes make exceptions to help a particular religious community? Justify your answer with examples from recent times. Answer 5. To respect the sentiments of all religions, the government sometimes makes certain exceptions for a particular community. For example, the wearing and carrying of Kirpan is included in the Sikh religion. So, they are allowed to keep a Kirpan with them as a religious symbol. Similarly, the wearing of a Pagri by Sikhs is again a religious symbol. So, the Sikhs are allowed to wear Pagri in schools or other institutions. Now we will discuss question number E. Answer these questions. 1. Explain the 5 provisions given under the right to equality. Answer 1. 5 provisions given under right the equality are: I. Equality before law. E. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. E. Equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. IV. Abolition of untouchability. V. Abolition of titles. 2. Our fundamental rights are not absolute or unlimited. Support the statement by giving any 5 suitable examples. Answer 2. Our fundamental rights are not absolute or unlimited. The Indian Constitution has imposed certain restrictions to check the abuse of these rights. Here are some of the examples where restriction imposed are justified. I. To prevent spread of infectious diseases, the free movement of the people can be restricted. E. Freedom to practice any profession does not mean to take up gambling, smuggling, hoarding or any other profession, which is injurious or hazardous to the society. E. Nobody can claim to be a doctor or a lawyer unless he has the essential qualifications. IV. Freedom of expression does not mean to speak or write anything that disturbs public peace or harmony. Weak freedom of religion does not mean to criticize or write anything wrong about the other religion. 3. Classify directive principles of state policy into 4 main categories. Explain each of them briefly. Answer 3. Directive principles of state policy have been grouped into 4 main categories. They are: A. Economic principles. I. To secure equal pay for equal work for both men and women. E. To provide adequate means of livelihood for all. B. Social principles. I. To make efforts to raise the standard of living and public health. E. To guard children against exploitation and moral degradation. C. Gandhian principles. I. To organize village panchayats. E. To promote cottage industries. D. Principles related to international peace and security. I. To maintain just and honorable relations between nations. E. To promote international peace and security. 4. Highlight the main provisions of the right to freedom. Answer 4. Right to freedom. I. Freedom of speech and expression. E. Freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms. E. Freedom to form associations and unions. IV. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. Weak freedom to reside and settle in any part of India. Weak freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. Right to freedom also includes the following provisions. I. Protection in respect of conviction for an offense. E. Protection of life and personal liberty. E. Protection against arbitrary arrest and detention. IV. Right to education. 5. In spite of freedom of religion, why does communal tension persist in certain parts of the country sometimes? Suggest ways and means to establish communal harmony. Answer 5. Very often in India, political parties resort to communal politics to win elections. By creating a rift between different communities, the various groups are polarized. This helps in getting the votes of either the majority community or minority community. Economic reasons may also form the reason for communal politics. Some methods to establish communal harmony are: 1. There must be a dialogue between the communities to clear the misunderstanding. 2. Political parties should not be allowed to play communal politics. 3. The law and order machinery must act swiftly and put down any violence in an impartial manner. Next question is value-based questions. The Apex Court has made it compulsory for cinema theatres to play the national anthem with the image of the national flag prior to screening films. The audience should stand up to show respect. It is said that majority of the people have supported the directive of the Supreme Court as it is a fundamental duty also. 1. In your opinion, how far does this directive instill values of nationalism among the Indians? Answer. India had to wage a long struggle to gain independence. A large number of people laid down their lives. Indeed, it was a great sacrifice for the motherland. This spirit is called nationalism. Hence, as a citizen of India, it is our fundamental duty to respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. It is a feeling of loyalty and devotion to country. It is also a feeling of oneness in which people are bound by common history, economic goals and cultural heritage.
अगर आपने अभी तक मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें और अधिक से अधिक स्टूडेंट्स और टीचर्स को शेयर करें। बेल आइकन को जरूर से प्रेस करें ताकि जैसे ही कोई नया एजुकेशनल वीडियो आए तो आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए। थैंक यू।